Part 2. So this conversation between us, this one, prompted me to make a short video about this. Oh, sorry. So basically it's, sometimes I get like comments or like some people, they ask me like, hey, can you do a video about like, oh, I want to know your thoughts about the new services being announced or the new MRT lines being announced or blah, blah, blah. It's like every single time, okay, not really every single time, but you get the idea. It's like, I get these sorts of comments. So I'm going to be more or less like addressing the fact that like, not the fact that like, I'm gonna be addressing the reason why I typically don't do these videos. Cause it's like, every single time they like drop this kind of, quote unquote major announcement, I don't know if it's like every single content creator, but like for the bus side, or I'm not sure for the train side. For the train side, it's like, there are people who are like really knowledgeable and some people who aren't as knowledgeable. I don't even know the demographics of the train side well, but there would be a lot of people then starting to like, they would start to predict like the future line alignments and blah, blah, blah. But these are prediction videos. So I'm not going to touch on that because it's just their own input. But for the bus side, right, because I actually don't really go around searching videos, like explanation videos that often. I mean, you guys know the reason why. But it's like, assuming people actually do these videos. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. It's like, every single time there is like a quote unquote major or even like minor bus route amendment, they would, assuming that is true, like they would typically rush out to like report this on like, I don't know, on their own social media accounts or on YouTube. And then they would start parroting, or they would start being like, how you say, a government mouthpiece. And what I mean by that is not really somebody who has the full support of the government. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that like, that there is this demographic group of people that they just, anything that like the Straits Times or like whichever state-controlled, government-controlled news media, whenever they report on something, they will be the very first ones to like parrot this information to other people or like just copy-paste. What was I trying to say? It's like, they would be the very first to what was I trying to say again? Lost my train of thought. Yeah, they would be the very first to operate like mouthpieces. Straits Times says what, or the government website says what, and then they will just like repeat it to people one to one. You get what I mean? It's like they are acting as like indirect or unofficial, how to say, news reporters. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's like, you got like Straits Times and everybody reporting about a certain issue. It goes through them. They are not appointed by the government or anything, but they just flat out like report the stuff one-to-one. They quote directly and everything. Sometimes they give their input, sometimes they don't give their input, but usually what I see is that people copy and paste this information from the government websites, from the state-controlled news outlets, or from like, LTA's Facebook, or the public transport operator's Facebook, or wherever. So basically, it gets posted, and then these people, they just start reporting as is. And it's not really like, an implication on whether these people are able to think for themselves. Because as long as they're giving their own input, they're kind of like thinking for themselves, or even if they ask people for their opinion, at the very least, they are trying to get other people's opinions right. So it's not really about that. But it's more of like, okay, so it's like, they finally publicly, officially announce something. And these commenters, right, they have this like ingrained expectation that I would talk about the new stuff that's being released. It's kind of like a Sokuho channel or something. Like, I don't know how to say it. It's like, I think it's because in the past, right, or even on their own social media sites, because people do it, like Singaporeans, they do this. They lap up Straits Times. They just lap up everything that's like official. They share it around. There's nothing wrong with sharing it around. And then the more they actually share it around and spread the word, it's like they're just doing extra. How do I say it? It's like the official sites, the LTA or like PTO sites, they give out the information, right? They are already sharing it. So it's more of like these enthusiasts, bus or train enthusiasts, I don't know, these enthusiasts in general, they take the extra mile to share it further, that kind of thing. And because this culture is like so prevalent, like I've said before, for some reason they suddenly start expecting me to like talk about it once it becomes official. And then a lot of them get kind of like culture shocked or something, that they get shocked that not a single video has been put out by me about it. So I'm just here to address that. So okay, this one's from my previous video. Wait, should I use this? Okay, I shall use this, because I already talked about this before. It's the Circle Line Sentosa branch. I don't know if it's gonna be a single line or a bidirectional loop line. This is Prince Edward Road, because it's gonna be like 2 island platforms, one above, one below. Yeah. Okay, so basically, regarding this, I already knew about the existence of both services. I think slightly more than 2 years prior to their official announcement, like when they are actually gonna be introduced. And when I told this to people, some people were actually quite shocked at the numbering and all these sorts of things. But I'm not saying they didn't believe me or anything. I've never said people have to believe me. I'm just saying things that like are going on behind the scenes. That's all I do. I just like, so okay, it's like some people, they parrot LTA or they parrot MOT or they parrot like public transport operators, but I actually parrot a different kind of stuff, which is the thing that most people out there don't understand. I mean, you guys understand, but those people don't understand. So 2 years before the introduction of these services, I already knew of their existence. And I think is it 2026 now? 2025? Around 4 years before the extension, the route extension of this service, I already knew about it beforehand. I can even tell you that in the demo versions, right, they only have this, and they don't have the stop along Towner Road. This is like Towner, McNair Road. So they didn't have the Towner stop in the original diagram. But obviously, the final one, they actually included the stop, which is now part of its official route. And then there's also this as well. Like you guys know, I have been telling people that 43M is eventually gonna be renumbered to 104. I think like almost a year before the actual amendment took place. And then I have all these stupid dumb fuck kids constantly like doubting me, constantly questioning me. No, I don't think 43M's gonna renumber. When I have already been told multiple times behind the scenes, this thing is gonna be green lighted. And then nowadays I've also told you, 985 to Changi Airport, there is a 50% chance that this will go through, and then the other 50% it wouldn't. So I don't know much about this thing, but I've already told you guys. And then there's also the planned ones. Don't know if like when exactly they will be introduced, even though some people are so fucking impatient, they keep asking me, when will this amendment happen? I'm like, it's the same thing for the Bendy Bus one. The Bendy Bus one, I haven't heard anything since. I think LTA is like struggling financially, so I think those will probably be delayed. Except that the visible evidence is that Ang Mo Kio Depot, the new one, is gonna have 50 Bendy Bus slots, and that's the only visible evidence that I can say to people. But yeah, okay, if I receive new information, then I would just say it out. But whether said information is true or not, I'll leave it up to you guys to figure it out or not. Or whether it becomes true or not. I'm just saying things that I've heard, that's all. From like, at the very least, somewhat credible sources. It's not just like, oh, I make up intel in my head. No, not that kind of thing. So the things that are planned right now is apparently 853M getting withdrawn. 853 will still stay, but this thing, they are extending it to Geylang Lorong 1 to cover 853M. And then this one, they're extending it to Marina Center Terminal. Like, I've already said this before, but again, these are planned. Whether last minute they would shelve it or what, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Just like how I told people 2 years beforehand that this was gonna be a thing, almost 1 year beforehand that this was gonna be a thing, or almost like 4 years beforehand that this thing was gonna be a thing, or some other, the other bus services that I've told people in the past, right? Just like how these things, they do have a planning stage, and it's not just like crayon in a few months or what. These things also have a planning stage as well. They need to calculate like the number of extra buses that they need for this kind of like amendment, blah blah blah. So obviously it's gonna take like a year and a half at most. At least. So this is in the planning stage, just like how these all used to be in the planning stage, and these actually made it. I don't know if like, especially this one, I don't know if they're gonna make it or not, but I'm just saying, these are planned. So now it goes back to the question, why do I only tell people the intel, like the behind the scenes part, and I'm not the kind of person to parrot out the official info? Well, that is because, as you have seen lately, when they announce all the CDS or feeder expresses, right, it's more of like, there is a stage 1 and then there's a stage 2 before like the actual implementation. Okay. So this one is like the exact details stage. And then this one is more of like a teaser stage. They love to do this nowadays to like hype people up. This area is getting like new CDSs or new feeder services, and how many of them, but they're not gonna tell you the exact routes. So obviously there is a period of time between this and this, and eventually, and you know, usually some information gets leaked. So yeah, during this point is where the said info would get leaked. But even before that, there is also a chance for information to get leaked as well. And basically, my 870-992-140-104, even way before like the people actually like officially publicly knew about the 43M being renumbered to 104 thingy, right? Even way before they knew about it, even way before the teaser stage, I already have gotten information about it. this is more of like just explaining how I actually get the, like, at which point in time I got the information. But obviously how I managed to obtain the information, I cannot just say it out loud, otherwise people are gonna get into trouble. So you guys know. But yeah. But the reason why, okay, so going back to why I even made this video, like, why I don't say out the official stuff, why I don't make reactions to the official stuff once the thing actually has become public is because, what's the fucking point of it? Like, you guys already know the final details, why do you need my input again? Unless you're trying to ask me to compare before and after, then okay, maybe I'll tell you guys about the changes, but that's pretty much it. You do realize that, like, at this stage, Singapore government, like, they operate this way. They are not fully transparent about to their audience for different reasons. Sometimes it's for good reasons, sometimes they just want to hide something. I'm not gonna say which is which, because over the course of history, you have already seen the way they operate, right? And I'm not here to, like, spoon feed people. I'm here to say information and you guys deduce what you can deduce from it. Or try to read between the lines of what I'm actually trying to say sometimes. It's a skill that you guys need to develop in general. I mean, I'm just saying this in general. And because they happen to be not very transparent, especially at this stage, or even when they review it to you, they don't actually say the stuff that went on behind the scenes before they finalized a particular route or a particular MRT line alignment. They don't say the behind the scenes stuff. They just want people to get hyped up for, like, the new line, or just to inform that, hey, there will be an opening of blah blah blah. Because it's, like, to the public who doesn't really give a shit, they just want the final amendment. There is no point in them, even if they wanted to tell them about, like, the behind the scenes parts of things, unless they get questioned at, like, I don't know, grassroots events or MPS sessions. I don't know how they work, but, like, you guys know it better than me, because I'm an outsider, but, like, yeah, it's like, there is no reason for them to tell you guys the behind the scenes part. So it's basically up to me if I have information to detail what actually goes on behind the scenes. But before that, at the teaser stage, they aren't the most transparent. So if they aren't transparent, how would you expect me to properly react to stuff? It's like, if they say things very vaguely, like new CD, or like, oh, we want to make your journey faster or what, they just say it very vaguely. This has been a common tactic. When things are not, like, actually fully set in stone yet, they, or even at the very, when it's like 80 to 90% set in stone when it's at the teaser stage, right? Usually it's 80 to 90% at this stage. They are still not the most transparent. And because of that, I don't have a lot to work with. Even if I wanted to do a reaction video. Okay, back to... I was saying that they say things in a certain way, and in your mind, looking at how they have done things in the past, even if you have no intel, you need to be able to paraphrase what they are actually saying in the teaser section. So it's like, it's something as simple as, like, they say they want to speed up buses. But how exactly they're going to do that, it's basically Feeder Express, or it's like the new City Direct services. Like, basically, they're not gonna tell you that they're gonna renumber this to 6XX. They're not gonna renumber this to... I've already told you guys about this thing even before they actually fucking announced it. That's how early I can get information sometimes. Again, it depends. It varies. So please don't expect that much out of me. I only get them when I get them, okay? Okay, so... I know this. I'm able to, like, at the very least, deduce what they actually mean. And the thing is, like, with... sorry, this thing... I already know I already knew the existence of this. When they vaguely said that Tengah is gonna get like feeder expresses, I already knew they were referring to this. Like I know they're branded differently right now. It's like 4.5 something, or I don't know, 4.6 something. Whatever. I cannot even remember which is like 4.5.2 or 3 or 1. I know. Yeah, you get it. I keep mixing up 4.5.2 and 4.5.3. I know 4.5.1 is 991C, that's all. I don't even bother to remember, but basically, I already knew this beforehand. Even at the teaser stage, when they teased us, oh, Tengah will get new feeder expresses. I already knew, even way beforehand, what I already told you guys back then, if I'm not mistaken. I already knew beforehand what they were going to be like, even if it's not your exact routes. And when they actually come out, it's not surprising. Like, none of the routes they came out with have actually been surprising. Minus the 97 one, because, I mean, even that is like not that surprising considering the fact that the old team has been ousted already. They replaced it with a new team, and the new team actually allows some form of like MRT bus duplication. Meaningful ones. I'm not talking about 132 fetching air, obviously, but like the meaningful duplication, they would actually allow it. So it's like unsurprising or surprising at the same time. I was like, yo, they actually green-lighted 97 to /E to Tengah. Whether 97E is gonna be sustainable in the future, I have no idea. 97 is here to stay, but the E variant, I don't know. But it's more of like, yeah, it's like there's a change in team, so obviously they're more open-minded. These kinds of things would naturally happen, right? So rarely do I actually get shocked when the amendments drop, because I already know the scope. I already know like the different variations that it could possibly be, like in my head. I don't even think about the exact routes. I know it, oh, it's roughly gonna be like this, so I am not surprised. So when I'm not surprised, right, how are you expecting me to do a reaction video on this? And like I've said before, I am a content creator that gives you beforehand information. Whether they actually make it or not is another thing. But even if they don't make it, you guys still learn something, like which routes get green-lighted, which routes get rejected, and the different reasons behind every single decision made behind the scenes that they don't tell you. That, oh, this has been rejected. Like 965 to Buangkok got rejected. I don't know if they're gonna continue with it in future or what, but I'm just saying at this point in time it got rejected. But none of you, without hearing it from me, know this. I'm more about giving this. I'm not the kind of person who's like, no, I still think it's because Singaporeans, right, they are just like ingrained to consume stuff and they don't question stuff themselves. It's like, oh, LTA or SBS, SMRT, Trans Island, whatever. You get what I mean. They dropped the official new service amendment announcement, blah blah blah, and then it's like they have been ingrained to the point whereby like, oh, this thing drops. Hey, YouTuber's name, would you do a video about this? They are so ingrained to ask regarding this. I don't necessarily blame them for it, but it kind of gets a little annoying when people keep repeatedly asking me for it, or like just parroting the information to me at one go. It's like, I'm like, I can already find it in the official website. You don't need to like parrot it to me and ask for my opinion, because even beforehand, I already know more or less what they're gonna introduce. Again, I don't really care about like the exact route or what when it comes to like these sorts of things, but it's like, I rarely even get surprised by these anymore. So I don't even get why people think like this. Cause it's like, Singapore as a country is so small. There is only like these few routes that like the bus services could could be routed towards, like logically speaking, only a few like permutations and combinations. So it's like, you know, I also find it's more fun to parrot intel as opposed to like parroting stuff that could be easily accessible, and yeah. No, because it's like, you know, the more you don't know about like the internal information, the more when the announcement actually drops and you react to it, the more like fucking opinionated you would sound. even if you don't mean to come off across as that. So it's more of like, oh, again, it's like, oh, this guy, they all start dropping a bus amendment. And then I see it, I react to it, and then I was like, and then I would be like, why didn't SBS or SMRT or LT, why didn't they think of this? Why didn't they make the route like this? Like, when you react to this kind of things, you tend to sound opinionated. You tend to start questioning, oh, why is this bus service a feeder? Why am I not getting my beloved bus services out of Tengah? It's like, you would naturally start getting opinionated, even if you try not to. It's just like the inherent nature when you do such videos. And I know there's a way to say things, but it's like, I really don't see the point in them dropping the official announcement and me reacting to it only then. It's like, what's the point? Like, I already know the information beforehand. When I get information, I will say it. Don't make me wait till the fucking announcement actually drops, then I will actually say it, okay? I don't get it. Yeah, I know I have the guts to say it out, unlike some people, but I really don't see the point in doing that. Okay, I said short video, right? It's now 26 minutes. I think 26 is short for me, considering the fact that I do 1 hour videos all the time. But okay, it's more of like, this thing comes out, and then I'll get commenters, whatever's on the poster, they will be like, on my comment section. Admit it, some of you guys actually do that. I know you guys love to consolidate things. Even I consolidate my own things as well, but like, yo guys, chill. I know the information will get to me eventually. So you guys don't need to waste your effort like actually typing that out. And logically speaking, it's not fair for me to just, as somebody who has access to like from word of mouth, because connections matter, right? It's not fair for me to just react to like the final product. I need to react to like way before the teasers even come out. Like, the moment I start hearing about this information, the reaction or even just my parroting already has to start. I cannot just do it at this stage. And somehow, right, I don't know, some commenters in Singapore, right, they just expect me to like do this. It's like, drop official announcement. These people, they copy and paste. And oh, you have to react to this. Give me your thoughts and opinions about this. And then I just like, I'm like, I don't know what to say. Because it's like, even if I genuinely wanted to react to it, what am I supposed to say, right? I'm not adding on anything that's insightful or useful for my viewers to hear, so why would I react when I have nothing to add on? Like, at least with this and with the before, the behind the scenes stages, right, I have something to add on, I have input to add on myself. When it comes to this stage, I just have nothing, I just have fucking nothing else to say. And again, I understand Singaporeans will always be Singaporeans. Not all of you, obviously, but some of you really perpetuate and fuel the stereotype that, you know, you guys only know how to be spoon-fed and you guys only know how to consume. And you guys only know how to ask people for their opinion once the goddamn official stuff drops, and not the amount of insight I actually have to offer, even years or months way before the thing actually drops. I actually have more to say about it because it's like fresher in my mind anyway. But really, you guys, some of you guys really fuel this stereotype. I know in Japan, right, most things are like an open secret. And the thing is, like, usually they don't really have anything to hide because their citizens typically demand transparency, which is unlike Singapore's side, which is like, they just want to consume, that's all. And also because genuinely, right, it's not because, oh, I want to be deviant from, I intentionally want to be deviant from other bus content creators. It's not because of that, but it's more of like, I don't see any meaning, or I don't even find this fun. I don't enjoy this. Just like parroting off stuff that's already known to people. I mean, like, you guys know, I enjoy doing this, or doing this more often. I mean, you guys know that my quote-unquote expertise actually lies in talking about the behind-the-scenes part, and not really I drop amendment, I react to it, that kind of thing, you know? And like, it's just how, despite many people saying, oh, Serangoon North, it's the most logical. I even talked about how it's politically risky to do this sort of alignment, right? Because it's like, it's so near Serangoon, it's like, I can see it, but I cannot board the MRT, or I have to walk all the way to here to board the MRT, that kind of thing. It's politically risky for a reason. And it's like, because Serangoon North, right? They say Serangoon North broadly, so many people assume that it would be this station. And the thing is, if it actually turns out it's this station, then okay, fine. It's not surprising either. But I have every reason to believe why the interchange is at Tavistock and not Serangoon North, simply because the provisions are here. And I do understand that just because the provisions are here doesn't necessarily mean that they have to use it. But again, you cannot blame me for saying that it's Tavistock and not Serangoon North station. Because the provisions are here, like, the provisions are here and not here. Based on like the infrastructural diagrams. It's the same way I got to know about this Circle Line Sentosa branch line thingy. So yeah. When it actually drops, right, I'm not even surprised anymore, because I already know everything beforehand. So why is there a need for me to react to the thing that I have already previously reacted about, right? Unless people want me to compare before and after, okay, then it's valid. No, but some people, they just ask me like, oh, this thing has dropped, can I have your opinion on it? It's like, what the fuck do you expect me to say, right? This is why I would rather hear from my intels than waste my energy trying to deduce what the official sources are trying to say, phrased in a very vague manner during the teaser stages. And when it's officially released already, it's final. What more do I have to comment about it when I have already commented about everything way beforehand? Oh my god. I don't know, it's akin to like, I don't know, hyperlapsers updating their hyperlapses. You already know how the final product is gonna look like. You're just updating it. For them it's necessary because they have to like keep their versions up to date. But for me it's like, I've already reacted, why do you expect me to like update my reactions? God damn it. And also, like I said, it's more fun to learn about why stuff gets approved or rejected rather than I drop announcement, people copy and paste the comment to me, people ask me, what's your opinion on this, ZBK, so I'll just react to it. I mean, and personally I find that it's like, no offense, but I find this like very low level, if you get what I mean. It's like, bro, if I actually do that, I'm not like saying this intentionally because I want to stand out. In actuality, I don't give a fuck. But like, I just yap about things. But objectively speaking, if I did that, what difference would it's like, what would be the difference between me and other content creators when you can just hear the stuff from other content creators in the first place once it becomes final? I'm here to give people things that they may or may not know, like actual fun facts, not like people copy and pasting from some fucking wiki site, paraphrasing it to their own words, making all these animations and diagrams and putting it together to consolidate into one video. And then these fun facts end up being facts that people already fucking know. Like, I'm here to give people stuff that you guys may not know, not here to like parrot stuff. The only thing I actually parrot is, oh, I parrot the intel that my intels say. You get what I mean? Because you guys know that I often complain about how most like Singapore bus and train content creators, with the exception of a few. I'm not talking about like the cinematic people or what. That's like a different category. I'm talking about the fact that the explanation sector, it's quite lacking as of this point in time. And even in the past, it's not, people never really attempted it anyway, so it's not really fair to like, it's like, you guys know that I have been complaining about how low quality these bus or train YouTubers in Singapore are, right? And if anything, I wouldn't want to do things that make myself look like I'm at their level, right? Like, if I'm not very good at something, I would just publicly admit it. There is nothing wrong with it. I think people need to be more honest, okay? But like, as much as you're honest to like about what you're good at and what you're not good at the same time, you don't really want to be as bad as like the people that you just criticize for putting out garbage content, right? If my logic makes sense. You complain about them being bad, but when you make your own videos, you don't want your own videos to be at the same level as them, right? It's just about insight. It's not about like, oh, how pretty their videos look. I'm just talking about whether you actually learn from said videos or not. That's it. It's probably the same thing about how some fucking idiots are complaining about the lack of editing in my videos when there is no need for me to edit. I can produce all of this low effort. All I need to do is remember what I have to say. You know, my videos are unscripted, so it's like I just have to remember what I have to say, and everything, it just takes care of itself, and I can just upload this very easily. It's like, I would rather you say stuff that's actually useful than try hard to make your video look as pretty as possible. And some people do it well. Like, some people actually make really stunning edited videos. And I really respect the amount of effort they put into those videos. Like, the actual good ones. Not just those that, like, they just title it like what? A new ITH opening, new bus service introduction and amendment, first day, music video. It's not that kind of stuff. I'm talking about like people who actually put in effort into to make their videos look good. I'm just saying I'm not in the same category as them, so why are the people expecting me to fucking edit my videos when I can just do this easily? What I say, the content that I say, is more important than how the fucking video looks, right? As long as I'm saying constructive stuff. Like, it's so much, like, you look at PowerPoint, many people don't take advantage of this. It's like, you can draw. You want to insert shapes, right? You can just insert them. Oh, sorry, I'm dragging. It's like, you can just insert shape, change the size, shift it around. You can shift all your objects around like this. It's so much easier and less effort as to trying to like fucking animate your videos. And see, I talk and I draw at the same time. So why are you expecting me to convert it into text and fucking animations and oh, my videos have to be cinematic, oh, my videos have to be edited? Because I think people who demand this from like content creators, they should go fucking touch grass, or they should go to like actually try to edit videos to see how fucking time consuming it is. And how it's so much easier to just yap, shift, draw, explain, yap. Tell me which one is easier. And because I'm recording from my phone, I don't have to like process the video or anything, I can just hit upload. Serious. I don't have to like, oh, I don't have to worry about like the resolution on my screen record or what. I don't care. It's like, I changed my screen, so even when I'm uploading from my, even when I'm recording from my non-4K phone, which is this phone, like, you guys are still able to see everything like relatively clearly. Except when my stupid 4K phone decides to like, shift like this. Because of the autofocus bullshit. And it's also the fact that like some Singaporean YouTubers, because of the stuff they consume. They are so... why don't you make a transition from this part of the video to another? Why don't you add the transition effects? And I'm like, what the fuck? It's not necessary. I just cut the video. Maxim doesn't even do the transitions often. It's like, you see his footage. There is no transition. At most, he just adds text. Even your favorite YouTubers don't do it, so why the fuck are you expecting me to do it? And the thing is, the moment I make a fucking transition in my historical bus videos, it'll instantly give off that it's fake. Here's the thing. It's meant to be make-believe as a concept. You're supposed to ride the bus as if it were real. So I don't get where the, I need a transition from this slide to this slide to another, I don't get it. Or when they don't have enough patience and they will be like, I'm uploading a full ride video, like the one I just uploaded, B5LH133, and they will be like, why can't you guys speed up the video? Okay, then you wouldn't be able to hear the fucking announcements clearly. Like, you guys are the ones that like, next stop, bus stop name. You guys are the ones who like the announcements, and now you're asking us to like, can you guys please speed up the video? I just don't understand like Singaporean bus enthusiasts sometimes. You know, it's probably time I end this video because I've already said what I wanted to say. Whatever.